absolutely amazing. I want you guys to know something. If that made zero sense to you, that is okay, right? That is okay. It is okay because at the beginning of all of this, right, it all seems like a foreign language, but as you learn, that's just like a second language to me, right? Like I could do that in my sleep now. And so if you do have that feeling, make sure you go through the academy. That's what the academy's for. And I'll show you guys here in a second where the academy is and what it looks like. But if you have no clue of what is going on, let me just share with you guys where you should be going. So within the actual Akashex platform, we have an actual academy, right? Built out. This is to show you guys exactly everything he was talking about, all the words, all the strategies, all the stuff that he was speaking about. You can go watch on your own time whenever you want. So go to the academies tab, click on courses, and then you can go through all of these different things. So personally, what I would recommend is going through the basics, the beginner, the intermediate, the advanced, and then going to the educator series. So what is the educator series? So every single trader that we have within this entire platform, they all trade a different type of way. There's no one way, right way to trade. There's no one right way to be profitable in this industry. There's multiple ways, multiple asset classes, multiple things that you can do to have success within the industry. And so go find someone that style that works, best with you. Maybe for your time, maybe for how long you like to trade. We got Arabella, we got Rich, we got Preston, right? I would recommend going through Arabella's academy, and if you want to trade with her, so you can get an understanding of when you're jumping on these live sessions, what it is that they're doing and why it is that they're doing. When you're trading, you never want to be like, why did that just happen? If you made money, you want to be like, okay, I know why I made money. If you lost money, you want to know why you lost money. So having that understanding is very crucial, because if you're just relying on everything else or everybody else to do it for you, you'll never actually gain the freedom. And that's what our goal is, right? We want to have freedom. I don't need the platform to trade anymore, right? I've been trading for 7 years.
Yeah. When we first got started 7 years ago, how fast did you and I complete the
So Josh asked when we first got started how fast we complete the academy. I mean, honestly, within the first week. I mean, maybe it was the first couple of days.
I think I was the first month I was through the whole academy.
Yeah, I think in the first week I was through the whole entire academy.
Because 90% of people that don't go through the academy that join never become profitable because they didn't go through the academy.
Exactly, because then they're sitting there and they're always just saying the question, why did that just happen? Or what the heck just happened? Right? What's the quote? It's either you make it happen, watch it happen, or you ask, yeah, or what the heck just happened? Right? And so that is what I want you guys to do. 30 minutes a day, get through it, knock it out. It's not that hard. And when you're going through it at first, you don't have to go through it and take extensive notes. Like, you don't have to go through and write everything word for word on what is trading, what is gold, like what are these different things. Just get through it and get the base understanding. Then you will get better as you go back and refer to your notes and you do it over and over again. You see the stuff happening live. So that is my little schmojo for that. But
you want to stand up and do your training?
yes, I'm about to. That's what I'm about to move all of this. So let me stop sharing. Thanks, sir. Okay. Well, my favorite day of the week is here once again. Happy Super Saturday. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. For those that do not know me, my name is Jay Patnode. I'm 28 years old, soon to be 29. We're pushing the 30 mark very soon here. But I've been in this industry for the last 7 years, like Zay said, and I've learned a lot. Right? I've been blessed to have made multiple six figures a year within my career. And I've been blessed to help people, hit the 6-figure mark, and been blessed to, help a lot of people make money within trading. The reason why I say this, because there's one reason why we do these trainings. It's to accelerate your growth. Like, if it took me 2 years to get to the 6-figure mark, I wanted to take you guys 1 year. Now, that's completely dependent on you, but we do these things to cut down your learning curve so you can learn from our wins, our losses, our mistakes, our triumphs, whatever they may be. And so first things first, like Zay said, if you don't have notes, if you're not taking notes, then you've already lost, because your goal as a leader is to not only learn to learn, but learn as if you are going to teach this one day to your people as well. Simple and plain. You want to be able to pass this information along to the next person so they can go ahead and have success. And so me personally, I trade and I build a business, right? Everybody should know that there's a second side to the whole trading side and this whole entire company, where you can earn and build passive residual income. And one of the best quotes that I heard, and one of the reasons why I started building was, cash flow without a strategy gets spent. Strategy without a cash flow never starts. So some of you guys might be sitting here thinking, well, I don't necessarily want to build a business, or I don't necessarily want to trade, whatever your preference is, but say you don't want to build a business, that's completely fine. You don't have to, right? You don't have to, but ask yourself, do you have money right now to really trade on a high level? Because when I first started trading and I was trying to trade a couple $100 and make it turn into $1 million, it wasn't as exciting when every single month I was getting paid $10,000 and I could put multiple thousands of dollars into my trading account. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So understand that people will say, "Oh, I want to go ahead and I want to trade and be profitable at trading first before I start building," when they don't even have the money to really make a significant dent. And yes, you can flip accounts. You can make money from small sums of money. That's obviously why it's the beauty of trading, right? But it is a lot more, one, fun, but two, impactful when you know you have a guaranteed extra amount coming in. Let's just say, for example, you work a full-time job or you're in school or whatever it is, and you earn an extra $600 every single month. That's extra income on the side. And you can put that $600 into your trading account every single month. So you're not worried about failing. You're not worried about losing a couple $100. You're not saying if this trade hits, I get to pay my rent or I don't get to pay my rent. That's not fun. I'm being honest with you. So for me, as a 21-year-old broke college student, when I got into the industry, I said, you know what? My first entire goal is to get to $600 a month. I went to school in North Dakota, so rent was fairly cheap. It was like $325. I said, you know what? I can cover my rent. It's not that cheap anymore, but it can cover my rent, and then also I have some money to trade. Boom, perfect. That was my first entire goal. And so understanding that when you build this business, it not only gives you freedom from, let's say, a job, but on a part-time level, it gives you extra income to play with and utilize to multiply. Everybody understand me here?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So what is today? It's April, what, 4th?
Yes, sir.
Quarter one just ended, guys. Quarter one just ended. When you get into business and you've been in it long enough, a lot of times you think of the year in terms of quarters. You'll hear a lot of business owners and business people talk about Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And so we just entered Q2. And so I want you to ask yourself right now, these last 3 months, what have you done? What have you done to take a step forward? What have you done to push the needle forward? What have you done yourselves to grow yourself, your business, your income? What have you done to set yourself up for the rest of the year? And if the response to that question is not much, well, we have to change, because another 90 days are going to pass. Quarter two is going to end, and you're going to look back and say, well, what did I do in quarter two? What did I do in the first half of the year? Because now what you do these next 90 days, I can guarantee you will set you up for the rest of the year. If you want to say you had a better 2026 than a better 2025, then you need to start taking action now. And I always tell people this because, especially when I'm talking to a younger generation, people will tell me I have time. Like, oh, somebody told me I have time. I can guarantee you don't have time. That's the biggest lie that was ever told to us, is that we do have time. We don't. You blink. I was 21, I blinked, and I'm 28. Seriously, I'm going to blink and I'll be 35. I'm going to blink and I'll be 55. Life moves on. Now, what you do during that time is what will determine how your future looks like. So if you are someone that's 20, 21, 25, 30, 50, doesn't matter. The years are going to pass regardless, right? What are you doing during that time? And so that's what we have this for. These are what we do here. And so there's 52 weeks in a year. We've already used a good conglomerate of them. And so now the goal is, how can we make it the best rest of the year possible? And so the first thing I wanted to touch on is the 8 laws of leadership. The 8 laws of leadership. These are pretty much the principles, the commandments that I've lived by within my business over the years. And so, like I said, if you don't have notes, make sure you get them out. But
we learned these our first week of the business.
First week of the business. And we have lived and swore by these to build massive streams of income through this industry. And so the very first one, right? Make sure you're writing these down. The very first one is meet with the team each week. And then in parentheses, I have in person. And obviously we run a digital business, right? We have a digital franchise to where you can, have teams all around the world. That's obviously one of the massive benefits of doing this industry. But if you do have people in your local area, make sure you're meeting with them at least once a week. That's the whole concept, why the concept of Super Saturday even started. We wanted to get every single person that was in Minnesota, because we're in Minnesota, in a room. If you don't have people in your community that are on your team, go find them. Go find them, guys. Because it is not hard to do it. You just have to want to do it. So the very first one is meet with your team each week in person. Because this business is built through the 5 senses. And when we're doing Zoom, we only get the see in the what is it? Or what's it? You get like the sight and the and the sound, the sight and the sound. But here, but in person, you get to feel all 5 senses. Obviously not taste. Shouldn't be doing any tasting. You know,
Hopefully
hopefully
not
not tasting.
tasting.
Right? Hopefully not tasting, guys. But you get what I'm saying, though. It's a lot different of an experience doing this in person than it is online. So meet with the team each week. Number 2 is create leaders. See, we are building leaders in this business. We're not just getting people into our teams. I can guarantee you the signing up part of this business is the easiest part possible out of the whole entire process. It is the easiest part. Get somebody started. People be like, man, I got someone started. Let's go. And then there you go. You know, have fun. Figure it out. So understand we have to create leaders. We are building people in this industry. So focus on the leadership development skills of helping someone become a leader. What are the 3 stages of leadership? When somebody first gets started, they are dependent. They are dependent on you as a leader to do everything for them. Really, show them where everything is, help them do their presentations, teach them about what trading is and all these different things. And then the second part is where they become independent. So now they can pretty much do a lot of things, pretty much everything on their own, right? They can do everything on their own. And the third stage is dependable. Now people can count on them to help them with whatever it is that they need within their business. So those are the 3 stages of leadership. And our goal is to get, really in network marketing, if you want to build a passive residual income stream and you want to be able to have freedom, how many independent leaders do you have in your business? So think about your people right now. Maybe you guys have some builders on your team. Maybe you don't have any in your team at all, but maybe you have some builders, some people that want to build this business. Ask yourself, what stage are they in? Right? What stage are they currently in? You still have to do every single call for them. Do they message you for every support question instead of actually asking the support email? Right? We have a lot of people that do that. Or are they able to do a majority of things on their own? So number 3, personal development. The third law of leadership, personal development. And you will hear within your entire time here this word or this phrase brought up so many times. Because in this industry, you will never have massive success or sustainable success if you are not deserving as a person of the success. See, your income level will never pass your leadership level. It never will. It may for maybe a second, right? You can have a good run, but then you'll always see people come back down to a baseline. What is your level of leadership? Are you in the personal development? Are you someone that is worthy of the success? The universe has a funny way of working itself out. What's good?
How often should I be doing personal development?
How often should you be doing personal development? I would say at least 30 minutes a day. Come on. And now what is personal development? Well, it's in the name, developing as a person. But what can you listen to? Audios, books. So, there's tons of books that I've read, but like Think and Grow Rich is a book. That's usually the first one that we like to toss to people. You can listen to Tony Robbins. There's, everything is audio based now. So if you're not a reader, I like the reading portion of it, but if you're not a reader, you can use audios. There is.
I'm gonna show them the boards real quick.
Yeah, show them the boards real quick.
So for those of you that are watching, keep watching.
So we have a boards app. Anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's basically an app where you can hook it up to your keyboard and send over stuff very quickly. But it's a list of all of our information of everything you'd ever need: how to invite, how to present, how to enroll in training. It's basically like, say your upline sucked and you needed a one-stop shop for information. We have that because unfortunately not everybody is a good leader and people do get left in the dust. And so
they got the AI upline too with Josh Swaggle now.
Yeah, the AI.
Crazy. That has a whole CRM in it.
Yeah,
So guys, this is what it looks like right here. It's called the Koshex Wi-Fi money. Inside of this, guys, basically, there's a lot of different things. This is all for customers, right? So trading, traveling, all like that stuff. You can dig around how to get a 3 and free, how to build a business, support, social media content, tons of stuff. But personal development, there's just a ton of stuff in here. But guys, you go through the actual Akashex one. This is what Josh Swaggle built. There's personal development, leadership development. There's a bunch of stuff in here, guys. So I just wanted to quickly share that with you. But we're gonna go
in the chats.
No, I don't. Not right now. Okay, I'm just going back to here.
Okay, cool. So now that we have this up, though, before I continue the rest of the laws of leadership, I want to just share with you guys something right here, right? These are the average income based on the ranks. So for 8 people within this business, it'll pay you $250. If you're not a founder yet, that is your first goal, right? If you want to build this business, that's the first goal. 4 people left, 4 people right. Let's just think of it in 8 total right now. If 8 turns to 20, that's $400 a month in passive residual income. $20 to $40,000 in passive residual income, 40 to 80, $2,400 in passive residual income, and then diamond is 167. So for 167 people within your organization, they'll pay you $4,000 to $13,000, but the average is around like $5,000 a month, right? So you're telling me for 167 people in your business, you can make $5,000 a month. That's insane. Honestly, I've been a part of a few different companies
We
in my life.
225 in our first company.
225 in our first company. I think it was like 300 in the second one. And so this is absolutely insane. If you think about it, right? You think about it. So this is essentially what your first goal is to get to here, though. Because the thing is, if you can hit founder, it's a guarantee that you can hit platinum. But doesn't mean you're guaranteed to hit sapphire, right? But if you hit founder, you can guarantee hit platinum. And now if you hit platinum, you can guaranteely hit sapphire. See, if you can hit the first rank, you can do this whole thing through the entire comp plan, right? You can do this whole thing through the entire comp plan. So understand that there is the money portion of this. Number 4 for laws of leadership is burning desire. I want you to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And I know it's a cliche thing, but it's very true. How bad do you want it? And more so, what are you willing to sacrifice? When we first got into this business, we listed down all the things that we wanted, and we told our mentor, this is what our goals were, this is what we wanted in life, this is what we wanted out of the business. But then he asked, okay, that's great. I'm glad that you have a massive desire. I'm glad that you have big goals, but he asked, what are you willing to sacrifice? And I want you to put this on your paper. You don't have to do it now, but ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice to get to your goals, to get to $10,000 a month, to get to $25,000 a month, to get to $1 million a month? What is it that you want to sacrifice? And it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice it forever, but for how long? For me, I sacrificed friendships, to be honest. I told me and Josh, we literally told for 1 year, we told all of our friends, we said, hey, we love you guys, but you guys aren't, one, positive about what it is that we do. You know, you're kind of bashing us. You know, we hear it, right? And 2, you're not supportive, right? You're not supportive of it, but you're bashing us. And 2, you guys are in a place right now of your life where all you want to do is go out, party, hang out, try to get chicks. Like that was what everybody was wanting to do. And we didn't want that because we knew that was going to distract us from the goal. And so we sacrificed some relationships. We both broke up with our girlfriends because they weren't positive, right?
We're not saying
to do that, right? But for us, we were willing to get rid of the stuff that was hindering us at that moment. For some people, it's drinking. For some people, it's smoking. For some people, it's video games, right? What is it in your life that is, like, ask the question yourself, what is it in your life that's stopping you from reaching any one of your goals? And are you willing to sacrifice it? And for how long? I remember when we were on our first big run, he took his TV out of his room and said, I'm not putting it back until we get to $10,000 a month.
Duh. Of course.
What do you need to watch TV for? You're broke, right? Like
I was.
you know. But that's how we thought of it. So, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice? And I want you to, write the list of things that are stopping you from getting your goals, and are you willing to sacrifice? Number 5, the team always comes first. As a leader, you're going to always have people that are looking up to you, that are going to be asking you questions, that are going to need you to do X, Y, and Z, and you got to be willing to put the team first. If you don't, a lot of things won't get done. So the team always comes first. Number 6, lead by example. Lead by example. You can't expect your team to do anything that you don't do. I remember it was like 4 or 5 months ago, I was telling the team, I'm like, I want you guys to post content. I want you guys to make reels. I want you guys to do videos and all of these things. And you know what? Did nobody do it? Because guess who wasn't doing it? I wasn't doing it. So what I did was I started doing it. And now what? The team is doing it. Lead by example. You can't expect anybody to do anything you don't do yourself. If you have to ask yourself the question every single day, let's just say every single week, ask yourself the question, if my team did exactly what I did this week, how would my business look? Or would I be happy? If you didn't talk to anybody all week, you expect your team to talk to people all week? If you didn't post that video, do you expect your team to post that video? If you didn't show up to an event, do you think your team's going to show up? If you didn't get here on time, you think your team's going to get here on time? It's an honest truth. You have to lead how you would want to be led. You have to lead how you want to be led. So lead by example. And what does that look like? Well, ask yourself, do you have DMOs? Do you have daily methods of operations? What are your IPAs every single day, your income producing activities? What does your day look like? So you can do, and then you can go teach. So number 7, start each day at 0. been blessed enough to make a good amount of money in my career, but none of that stuff matters. That's all in the past. Every single day is a new day. Some people will go and they'll sign some people up. They'll go hit a rank or they'll have a great trading day. And I'm like, man, like I did it. I did it. That's where you see people, they'll hit a certain rank and then they'll lose the rank because they think they did it. They stopped doing the things that got them there. This is a marathon and a sprint at the same time because success loves speed, but this is a marathon. So start each day at 0. Wake up and do it all over again, whatever it is that you have to do. And law number 8 is create your legacy. In 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as a good leader? Do you want to be remembered as a good father, daughter, mother, son? Right? How do you want to be remembered and create that legacy? Because in this world, the time is going to pass. And in this industry, you'll have the opportunity to impact thousands and thousands of lives. How do you want that story to be in? You are in complete control of your story. And so over these next 90 days, over this next quarter, I want you to live by these laws. Live by these laws. Create your schedule. Create what it is that you need to do on a daily basis to have success and do it. And so in this industry, there's a lot of winners. Network marketing has created the most millionaires of any industry in the world besides real estate, right? Second to real estate. Most millionaires. And it's also created probably the most failures by default as well. There's a lot of people that have failed. And when you lose, I can guarantee you it's completely on you because there are people that have the same exact products and services that are winning in building or trading, right? There's the same people that have the same exact problems you have, come from the same exact background, but have won before. So it is very doable. Your situation isn't unique whatsoever, right? Just being honest, your situation isn't unique. When you pay for a personal trainer to go to the gym, but you never show up to the sessions, do you tell the personal trainer this doesn't work? Yes or no? No, right? You see what I'm saying? You can pay for your subscription. You can be a part of the community, but if you're not showing up, right? We have what, like 30, 20, 30 people in the room, probably another 30, 40 on Zoom, but there's thousands of people within the company and on the team, right? They didn't show up. So when they tell me, Jay, I didn't win, I didn't have success, what do you think I'm gonna tell them? Well, I didn't see you here. Yeah. You live here. Mm-hmm. You live in Minnesota, you're not here. I've been doing this for 7 years, and I'm still here in this room, right? So understand that you are completely in control of whatever it is that you want to do and have success within this industry. And so before I leave you guys off, because I'm gonna pass it to the next speaker. Q2, make this the best 9 days you ever had, because this business has a 90-day lag effect. This business has a lag effect. You're not going to go do a bunch of work and just usually see all the results immediately. If you've been in this business for longer than 90 days or longer than, let's say, 6 months, your results right now are a complete direct reflection of what you were doing 90 days ago. If your business is slow, I know you weren't working these last 90 days, right? That's just a simple concept, right? If your business is on fire, I know that you've been doing stuff these last 90 days. So know that it's not going to be immediate success. You have to get good at working without expecting immediate result. This isn't a paycheck. This isn't work, right? Or this isn't a job. You don't get paid and then 2 weeks later get your paycheck, right? Like, you know the exact amount. This is where you are grinding. And for 30, 60, 90 days, maybe you get paid, maybe you don't. Because this business starts out like work, get paid. And then it goes to work, get paid. Then it goes to work, get paid. Then it goes to work, get paid. And then one day you wake up and it's get paid. But that's how it all starts. So these next 90 days dial in, I bet you the rest of this year looks a lot different. With that being said, I'm gonna bring it to
introduce you back quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a video.
Okay, cool. So this Thursday, guys, like I said, if you wanna crush your goals, if you want to start with a massive bang to Q2, we have an event this Thursday, guys. This Thursday. Right? Let's get fired up. Come on, an in-person event where you can invite every single one of your guests to come see the information. You'll get to hear from a multitude of us leaders in this business that are going to show them exactly what it is and then help them get started. So on. So if you want to have massive success and you want to start building, we call it the digital playbook. Let's go. But this is the perfect way to,
Let's go.
This is the perfect way to expose your people to everyone, right? They get to hear, from us, and they get to go ahead and be a part of it. It's tapthetrade.biz. Tell them to go ahead and send the link out to them. And this is what I would tell you guys. The tickets on here say they're $20, but we have a free promo code. And so it's a psychology of sales, it's psychology of life, just psychology in general. When you tell someone, hey, I got this free event, come here. No. Tell them that the tickets cost $20, but tickets cost $20. But I just purchased 4 or 5 tickets, and I want you to be one of the people that I bring with me for free. If you commit to this, or are you able to commit and get in, come with me, right? Like, I'm willing to do it only if you're able to commit. Tell people that you purchased the tickets, because if you just tell them, hey, it's free, fill this out, boom, come with me, so on and so forth, they're probably not going to take it as serious, but they think that you put some type of money into it, or you only had a few free tickets to give out and you chose them specifically to be that person. I promise you that you'll have a higher chance of success of getting them to the business, right, or getting them to the actual event within itself. And so ready to rock? Cool. So that being said, I want to bring up our next speaker. This is someone that I've seen, like, I think it was maybe like a year ago. She was in Super Saturday, just here soaking it up, listening and learning. And over this last year, just absolutely went to crazy momentum. I've seen the growth being from someone that, at first I saw she's a little shy, but now she's absolutely crushing it. And it's been exciting to see her growth. And it's just a testament to, if you are here and you are putting the work in, you will grow. And this business will grow you in so many different ways that it's absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys haven't been taking any notes or anything of that nature, I want you guys to make sure that you are for our next speaker. With that being said, give a big round of applause to Miss Melody.
Let's go.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you, Jay, for the amazing introduction. I mean, I could say I'm glad to be short so that the camera can see me. Everyone on Zoom, it's nice to see you guys. I do want to first off say thank you, Carson, as well, for your space and opening this up. But I didn't expect to come on here to talk. But I do want to say the reason why I feel like I'm here is because I put myself and I set myself up for opportunities like this, right? And so I do want to share a little bit about myself too. I'm 27 years old, and it's crazy to see that we have such an amazing big team in Minnesota. But before Kosh-X, I was actually in another business, a health product business. And in my life path there, it was great. Like, I saw the opportunity. But one thing my parents always taught me was, to, work hard, go to school. And that's what I did. I went to school, went to college right away after high school, went for 3 years. And on my 3rd year, that's when I was introduced to network marketing, right? And so with network marketing, I saw that your path to success is all up to you, and you can actually achieve the $1 million dream whatever you see for yourself, right? And so, of course, during that path, a lot happened, and I decided to, leave network marketing and, went to the workforce. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life after, that failing for myself. And coming to realize that I worked 2 jobs, went to as a daycare teacher, swim instructor, and life there just felt horrible because, when you show up to work and your job is literally treating you like a number, that's when I was like, okay, I need to do something different because I can't continuously do this for the rest of my life. I already know how this feels. And imagine I do this until I'm 76, 77 years old, because that's the retirement age. So that's why I had to do something different. And because I saw network marketing as the path, I was like, okay, God, like if you hear my signs, send someone to me. And so I, stumble upon my mentor, Shing. She's on the other side, which is Arabella. That's my team. My leaders are literally, all over the states. But the reason why I'm here is just because, I love that we have such an amazing big team in Minnesota. And I showed up no matter what it is. I didn't care. Like I, was like, okay, like my team is all over the states, but then again, these people, Josh, Jay, Cade, Carson, Isaiah, they're willing to open up their space for you guys. And that's just an opportunity for you guys to be in proximity with those who have 6 to 7 figures that did it all. And so that's your opportunity to be around them. And so for me, that's when I was like, okay, I can't continuously live this repetitive lifestyle that I know how it feels. So I have to get out of my comfort zone, which meant get out of my house, come to these meetings, go wherever the leader asked me. And of course, because of being uncomfortable, getting out of my comfort zone. If you guys saw the money from hitting ranks, I was able to hit 2,400, which is Ruby in 1 month. Also, it's not just because of that. When many people have the mindset of being scared of putting money down to go on trips, I know how it feels, right? Of course, working 2 jobs, I have to, hey, like request time off, especially because I work a part-time and a full-time. I have to find someone to sub me. And like, no matter what event is shown, is given, I show up regardless. No matter how much money is put down, I'm gonna spend that much money to up to those events. And because of that, that's the result of I see it's what I said in the beginning. The opportunity is just there. You have to take it, right? And so I took it. And with those events that happen, like I don't just show up to show up, right? I'm not here sitting in those seats where you guys are sitting to learn something. I'm the reason why I'm here is because I've done something in my business that didn't show results, right? So I'm sitting in that seat. Whatever Josh, Jay, Isaiah said, there's somewhere where I feel like I'm not learning something. That there's a reason why I'm not legend, right? So if you want to be legend, there you should be questioning, okay, they're giving me these tips, right? So like what in those tips that they're giving me am I stuck on? Where am I stuck where so that I can hit blue diamond, black diamond, legend. So wherever you want to do, like that's what you should be taking in your notes, because that's what I do. Every time I take notes, I'm like, okay, no matter if it might be the same trainings over and over and over again. Of course, that's what we all think, right? But now our next step is, okay, now that I've learned everything, for me, because I feel like I'm becoming a leader, I feel like God is testing me. Melody, you're meant to be a leader. I'm sitting here taking those notes so that I can be able to share to the next generation, because that's the type of person I want to be able to give it to those who struggle. But also the reason why I also feel like I hit Ruby was really because I go out there and I see people struggling, working. And I'm like, when I'm just like at a restaurant, I'm like, oh my God, like this person, I feel like they deserve so much more. They don't have to be working this lifestyle. So what do? I'm like, hey, like I noticed that you work really hard. Like, are you interested in another type of way or form to make another source of income? Because I have that opportunity for myself and want to be able to give it and share to you, right? So because of me just simply asking, they're like, okay, I want to know more. And so then that's when you as a person should say, hey, like, let's get connected. I want to be able to, share this opportunity with you. So what I'm saying is so simple. You really pique the person's interest by sharing this opportunity, what we have, what you can give them to offer them, because you see a potential in them that they can be successful too, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about us anymore. It's about how you can help another person. And so besides all of that, and I feel like, yes, coming to trainings are so important. Showing your face on Zoom. Thank you, Alex, for having your Zoom, I like I said, every opportunity is given. There's a reason why there's an opportunity, right? And there was why I took that. Why that's so important for me is because my first event was Florida. I went and
Great event.
it was a great event, a big, great event for Akashics. And, my leaders was always like, Melody, make sure you take the first seat in the front row, right? To me, I'm like, I don't know why, but if that's what they say, I'm going to run up there and save my seat, right? So I sat up there and they were giving out trading the challenge trading things for Akasha X, and also $200-$300 from our mirror with my daily choice. But besides the fact, I was like, the next one, if it's either a money or if it's the trading challenge, I'm making sure I run. I didn't care like if I look stupid or if I'm like, I was running in like my highest heels ever trying to grab that opportunity, because that's what it means. You set yourself up for those opportunities. You guys being here is you giving yourself an opportunity to be around 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs here. Like, we're so lucky, you guys. But that's really what I had to share, because I feel like, for me, that's how my life path, I feel like, has been going. I didn't care about what other people think. I mean, one thing I do say is you have to go through a lot of failures. I feel like as an entrepreneur, I failed so much, but I love failure because it helps me learn what I need to grow on. Especially, you go out there, you just figure out what you are good at and what you're not good at. And if you're not good at something, you just keep working on it, improving on it so that you become better for yourself. So that's really everything I had to share, because the importance of really being here, showing up, and with this event, I'm really, honestly, I feel like this event, it didn't just happen for no reason. I feel like it happened for one special reason. Um, we were literally on the cruise a week, 2 weeks ago, I would say, and Arabella was like, Melody, like, come here, and I'm like,
The 14th floor of the cruise.
yeah, I was like, why did you want me to come there? Like, I'm like I was in my room. I'm like, okay, I'm just speeding up. Like, time is money, right? So I sped up and like went to the room, and then I'm like, okay, why am I here? I see Joey Wilson, um, Josh, and Jay, and as well as Matthew, and I was like, okay, like, I'm getting nervous. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? And so Arabella's like, this is your opportunity to really set you up in Minnesota. And I was like, oh my God, like, okay, let me prepare myself. I didn't even have time to prepare myself. And so I sat in the room and was observing and understanding. And what really hit me was, oh gosh, like, getting emotional.
Okay. Come on, let's go. Out the room.
Oh my goodness, it's the $1 million dream. When the people around you make fun of you and your dream. And I sat in that room and I was like, wow, this leader believes in me and my, like, what I have to offer. And it made me believe that I can do anything to be sit in this room with people that is giving me the opportunity to shine. And that's when I was like, I'm grateful where I'm at. Like, I see Akashics and where it's going and where it's going to get you. It's really up to you to believe in yourself and where you want to go in here, right? So now, since day one, there's going to be days where you just don't feel like doing it, right? Days where you're just like, oh, I don't see it. But at the end of the day, always treat your business, yourself, where you're at as day one, the first time you ever saw your dream, right? And those people around me always said, you're not going to do it. You can't be able to have $1 million dream. To me, I was like, okay, let's try. Let's see it. I'm going to test it out. If that's up to you, because at the end of the day, they don't believe in themselves that they can do it.
Yeah,
So of course they're gonna make you feel that way, because at the end of the day, they don't know any better. So for you, say me, I was like, I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna see if I can do it. And so when I sat in that room on the cruise with Josh J, Joey Wilson, and Matthew Thayer, that's when I was like, wow, this is serious. This is when I'm taking my dream, my $1 million dream, to the next level. So that's why we have this event. But now this is your time, because it's not just my dream, right? If you have a dream to be successful, to retire your parents, to have time back for yourself, just feel financially free. This is your opportunity to invite family and friends. And guess what? You don't even have to do the work. You have Josh, Jay, Matthew Thayer, Joy Wilson doing all of the work for you, guys. Literally, all you have to do is just invite your family and friends. Hey, come support me. I'm around 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs, because that's what I did. I threw in my first event like a couple months ago, and literally all my leaders are like, Melody, you need to have people here. And that my first event, I had 50 people.
Let's go.
Okay, it was my team, my family, and I literally just told them, hey, I'm throwing an event. I need you there. I need support. And they showed up. Okay, it's so simple. That's how simple it is when it comes to inviting. Hey, like, I'm gonna be surrounded by 6 to 7 figure earners, and would love you to come and support me with it. Or there's multiple ways to invite, but I don't want to share too much, because at the end of the day, we have our amazing leaders here to really help you guys exactly on how simple it is to invite. So at the end of the day, that's literally how I feel like opportunities is always there. But it's like what Jay said, this is something that I always take to heart every single day. The moment I wake up and the moment I sleep is, if you're not happy in where you're at, your life will be the exact same next month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. And if you're not happy how your life was a year ago, then you must do something different, because how I was able to hit that 2400 or Ruby rank was literally Arabella and my mentor Shane was like, Melody, who can you get on this call right now? And I was like, at work, I have no idea. And so I was like, okay, let me call some people that I did share the opportunity. Let me follow back up with them. And because of that, they showed up and they're like, yeah, I tried trying by myself, and now I'm really wanting to get started. So they got started. Of course, me just sharing this opportunity to my boyfriend, to my brother, because that's how bad I see it for myself and I want them to see it for themselves. They showed up and I literally was able to hit that for myself. But how simple it is. Now, that's really all I have to share, because I know we don't have much time. But that's everything for me. This next person I do want to bring up is truly someone amazing. Honestly, when I first was here, I didn't know much that we had a big team in Minnesota, right? And I was like, okay, well, I literally went to one event without them knowing who I was, because I was on the other team. And I was like, okay, now I want to know who these people are, because now showing up to the event, this amazing event that we held, which is where the place that our event is going to be at. I was like, let me follow them on Instagram. So I tried to like find them on Instagram. I didn't even know their name, but because like I think I met some people on the way going there. I followed them and was able to find them through them, right? And I followed them, and this person literally was like, hey, like reached out to me as a prospect, as a person that we didn't know each other. And I was like, hey, I just started, I'm just on the other team. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. Did you know we had a big team in Minnesota? I was like, no, I didn't. Like, when I first went to the event, I just realized that we actually have a big team. So with him, I'm truly grateful, because it just shows you how welcoming he is and really cares about each and every individual he meets, right? And this person, any event or any trips I go with, you know, he's always with a smiley face and says, you know, hello. And so that means like this person really cares about you, right? So not only that, they have, you know, they're a 7-figure entrepreneur, but they still go back and treat you like, hey, you're just a normal person. They are a normal person and willing to be there, you know, just show up, but also treat you as like a really individual, right? So I'm truly grateful for this individual because I wouldn't be here without him just simply reaching out. So, you know, Josh.
Let's go, Josh.
That was beautiful. Job. Hey, can I
Beautiful.
take that mic
Yeah.
from you? Guys, give a round of applause for Melody, man. Wow. Oh, dude, I didn't give a round of applause myself, man. Who really felt that one right there? You know what I mean? That's the different levels of success and emotionally tying yourself to this business that you'll start to feel on this journey. Like, I mean, we have an individual in the back of the room who has over 10 million in career earnings in this industry right here. Jimmy, you want to raise your hand real quick? And everybody welcome Jimmy to the team. But, you know, I guarantee there was moments in the beginning of your career where you started to realize, like, this is real. And, like, I can actually do this. And you're having these, like, mental breakthroughs and epiphanies. And they get emotional. You know, I remember there was times I hit $5,000 a month finally in, like, my first year or two. I was crying in the shower. I'm like, oh, my God, like, this is real. So I appreciate that powerful training. One more time, guys. We do have another speaker who's going to be coming up here shortly, but what I want to do real quick is I'm actually going to pull something open. Hopefully I can find it. I believe it was where are you at? It would have been a Canva link right here. Okay. But I want to just cover a couple things, ladies and gentlemen. Who was at the event in Miami that we just had? Hold your hand up. Okay, cool. About half the room, right? And then I don't know about people who are on Zoom, but what I want to do real quick is I just want to cover, you know, some information that we talked about at the event. Okay, but before I get into that, I just want to quickly, you know, touch on a couple things. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Josh Amundson. I'm 28 years old. I'm a Taurus. Anybody else a Taurus in here? Yeah, we're the best. What are you? I can get my head cut off for that one. Sorry for the Geminis. You were just a little too late, you know. But you know, I started this business on December 18th of 2018. Okay, some of you were like 13. Who's 18 in here? Anybody? 19, 20, 21.
Come on.
There you go. All right.
Damn,
you know, it's getting. Usually we have like a ton of 18-year-olds.
we're getting old.
It's good. That's good. But yeah, guys, I got started on December 18, 2018, and I was just graduating college with Jay. And I got an IT degree that I completely cheated to get throughout college, right? It was way harder than I thought it was going to be, right? I was hacking video games at 13 with a 2-minute YouTube tutorial. Very easy to do it. And I was like, oh, I can go learn IT. Oh my God, way harder, right? I had classes with Jay in college. There were finance classes, right? I always thought, I'm pretty good with money. Cheating off Jay the entire time, every single class. He's not even coming to class because he doesn't have to. He's just like that type of student, you know, just crushing the grades and everything. And I'm like, bro, please come to class. I know you don't need to, so I can cheat off you so I can pass so we can go do the business. I mean, I got to get out of here, right? But yes, I've loved this journey, every single moment of it. You know, there's a lot of highs in this business. You're going to have amazing trading days. You're going to have days where, you know, your inbox is just flooded with people who want to get started. You're going to be hitting ranks, having big checks, but you're also going to have a lot of low days. Okay. You're going to have days where a leader quits your team and you feel like the world is falling apart, right? You're going to have days where you blow your trading account again, right? You're going to have days where nobody's getting started day after day after day after week after week. And you're like, is this even worth it? What am I doing here? So you have these highs and you have these lows. But part of being an entrepreneur is you need to be level-headed. Okay. Has anybody ever, you know, I don't like to say this as sales guys. There's sales involved in this business, of course. But has anybody ever done a sales job, like an actual sales job? Well, you understand there's days where you don't get sales, and then all of a sudden you get a sale, and you're like, oh, that made up for all the days I didn't get one, right? Well, you got to stay level-headed the whole time you're on a sales journey. It's with any business. Okay, what I see the problem is for most entrepreneurs nowadays is they're getting way too emotional on the highs and lows. They're way too emotional. You got to learn how to stay level-headed, stay steady on this journey, okay? The best way to do that is when you're feeling too emotional from a high, it's good. Celebrate yourself, right? But not too much. If you're feeling too emotional on a low and you're thinking about quitting, the best thing to do regardless is speak to someone who's been through it. Talk to your mentor. You always want to vent up in the business. Never, ever, ever vent to your team. If you have people in your organization, don't vent to them about all your problems that you're having as an entrepreneur. Vent to your mentors, vent to your uplines who have been through it. Because does anybody know what happens when you vent down in your business?
Oh, no. Yeah, they just quit.
Yeah, they quit. You're creating a poison in your own organization of negativity. You're planting seeds of doubt. Why would anybody want to follow you if you're venting to them about, potentially not having success in this business? You got to be the knight in shining armor, right? You got to be the shining light for your team and your organization. I tell Matt and Joey all the problems I'm having in the business, right? Sometimes they're like, man, you're only calling me the problems. I'm like, that's the only time I really need to talk to you because I'm independent. But I give them gratitude and I tell them how much I care and appreciate them. But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, 7 years into the business, I have seen what happens to a company when it's in this moment in time that it's in right now. I've seen what kind of explosion is about to come. Me and Jay, we were in our first company, guys. This was 7 years ago. There was like 50,000 people in the company when we first joined. That's pretty close to where we're at right now. We're at like 20, 30,000. And I watched that first company I was in, guys, go from 50,000 people over the course of 1 to 2 years to 500,000 people active inside the company. It was insane. Guys, the company was doing $80, $90 million of revenue every single month. And I mean, guys, the events that the company is able to hold when it goes in that explosion is crazy, but that's exactly the moment of time that we're in right now inside of Akashics. It is picking up wind super heavy. The individual who literally took trading and investing and paired it with the network marketing business model is in our company. Rich off the net. Anybody knows that is Gary. He literally took the idea of trading and investing and paired it with network marketing, right? And I was a part of that first wave when he did it. And he's in this company now because he looked at all the other trading and investing companies that are in the network marketing space before he joined less than a year ago. He looked at all of them. And what he did was he went to the one that had the most customer satisfaction, the most customer-driven results, the most people actually making money trading and investing. That's why he came to this company. And I'll tell you what, he sees it. We see it. The CEO, Josh Legel, sees it. We're about to literally go parabolic. We're about to explode in this company. And so, the important thing to understand is this, okay? In a year or two, 12 to 24 months, Akashics is still going to be a great opportunity for people to come in and build a residual passive income, of course, but it's not going to be as good as it is right now. It's not going to be as good as it is right now. It's still going to be a tremendous opportunity, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But the people who are locked in and dialed in right now, you're going to be the one that actually has life-changing income. That's what happened to me and Jay, right? Our first year, guys, we locked into the business. We made $15,000 our first year, right? The second year, we were one foot in, 1 foot out. We actually dialed in the second year. We made $80,000. And we're like, holy cow, we're actually where we should have possibly been with a job because we decided not to get a job after college. And the third year, we hit $250,000, guys. And we've been into hundreds of thousands since we, the last 5 years now. So we saw what happened during that moment in time. So I'll tell you this, okay? Like I said, it's still going to be a good opportunity 2, 3 years from now, but you have to take advantage of the opportunity during the life of the opportunity. You got to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? Jay just said it. People either make it happen, which we made it happen in our first company because we saw what was happening, right? Which is what's going on right now. People make it happen or they watch it happen. Guys, there's going to be a lot of people who are in Akashics that don't have tremendous amounts of income because they're not, number one, making it happen. They're watching it happen. Or number three, like a lot of my best friends, they're going to go, what the hell just happened?
What just happened, buddy?
Right? Literally, I swear to God, it's life-changing, guys. But you have to understand that you're going to have to put in this work, okay? So one thing I want you guys to do is we had let me go pull this open real quick. We had the compensation plan pulled open right here, okay? So here's a cheat code for you, all right? Does anybody own sticky notes at home?
Yes, sir.
Hold your hand up if you got sticky notes, okay? If you don't have sticky notes, stop and grab some on your way home. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down the rank that you want to be by the end of this year. Okay, I want you to write down the rank that you want to be. Just look at the level of income and you determine. Do you want to be making $7,000 to $25,000 a month, blue diamond? You get to choose, right? Anything is possible. Okay. The more you stretch yourself and you're scared of that goal because you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to do it, the more you're going to put in work to back that action. So take the goal. Let's say it's black diamond by the end of the year, whatever it is. Write black diamond and then write 667 people on it. Write left leg 333, right leg 334. Write it on the sticky note and put it on your bathroom mirror. If you sleep on your side in your bed, put it sideways on the wall so when you wake up, it's the first thing you see. Put it as your phone background. Take a screenshot of the ring. I want you to put it everywhere in your house. You need to see your goals 24/7. Because here's the thing, if you just know in the back of your mind, I want to be a black diamond, I want to be a black diamond, I want to be a black diamond. Well, you're not going to be thinking about that all the time unless you're seeing it. You know what I mean? So I want you, this is the first thing, guys, just a cheat code. Me and Jay did this. We wanted to hit a $10,000 a month rank in our first company. We wrote the name of the rank down and how many people we needed on each leg. And we put it everywhere, all over our home.
On the fridge.
On the fridge, under the toilet seat. No, I'm just kidding, but everywhere. Because we needed to see it and see it and see it to remind ourselves what our goal is every single day. So I'll tell you what, anybody who's serious about going blue diamond this year or black diamond or diamond or whatever it is, by December 31st, 2026, you're going to have to see your goal every single day. Okay, so make sure you have it all over your place. You got to see your goals just walking around. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, it's a cheat code, all right? Now, a lot of you saw, we do have, make sure not to scratch the lens on that. We do have the event on Thursday. Guys, who's going to come to the event this coming Thursday, 7 p.m.? It's in Minnesota. Guys, hold your hands up if you're going to come to the event. I mean, dude, it's in Minnesota. Do you know how many people are in this company, including Landon and Maddie Defoe, right? Guys, they were in Colorado, now they're in Texas. Do you know how many people in the company would love to be in the same state as Matthew Thayer and Joey Wilson, the #1 earners in the entire company, right? So that's why we try to stress the importance to you guys. Like, you have to take advantage of the fact that they're here. They're six-figure a month earners, right? Man, when I first got started, guys, the #1 earners in our first company were not in Minnesota. They weren't in Minnesota, right? We have Matt and Joey, but they were $10,000 a month earners. It was still awesome, but the fact that we have the #1 earners here, it should be the most exciting and hype thing possible for you to pack this event out, okay? Now, what I want to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and switch gears and I'm going to show you some stuff that I went over at this event, okay? Now, I'm not going to take a lot of time on this at all because I actually want to just teach a couple of the bullet points. This is the duplication system we use to grow an organization. Okay, it's very simple. So if you guys don't know what this is, I would write it down. But this is how me and Jay duplicate our business to grow it. Okay, first thing we do is we invite people, right? We learn how to invite. We learn how to reach out to someone and ask them to check out an opportunity. Okay, has anybody ever invited anyone to check out the business before?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you invite people, right? The next thing you do is you do a presentation to them. Okay. You get on a Zoom call and you pull open literally the presentation and you walk them through it. You give them a presentation. You bring them to the Thursday event, 7 p.m. downtown Minneapolis at Open Book. Fits 150 people, right? That's our goal for this event, guys. Bring them to that event, right? There's Zoom presentations that Isaiah and Tippa and Carson and Kate. I mean, lots of people do these calls throughout the entire week. Okay, so you present the opportunity. Does anybody know what our main goal when we're presenting is?
Collect the decision.
Yes, exactly, right? You educate and you inform them on what we do, and then you collect a decision. You in or you out? Tell me yes or tell me no, but tell me quick because I gotta go.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta be fast. Okay. Don't sit there and be like, yeah, I'll give you 3 months to make your decision, and I'll just bank on the fact that you're gonna get started. I'm not gonna talk to anyone else. Okay, I'll wait 3 months. Right? No, get a decision. 24 to 48 hours. You set a deadline with people to make a decision. If they say longer than 48 hours, sure, check up with them in a month, whenever it is, but don't wait on them. Okay. Third thing is enrolling them. This is getting them set up with the products and services. Guys, I truly believe once you learn how to invite and you learn how to present the information, anybody can do that. Enrolling people is the moneymaker. When you're getting them set up for success, this is your new business partner, right? Like Kate Hansen, when he got started, he came from Amway. He was already bought into network marketing. And I think I did 2 to 3 hour onboarding setup with him. He literally fell asleep while I was doing it with him. I'm like, wake up, buddy. I'm making sure he was ready to run. But you know what? He started putting in tons of people. I won't take the credit for that. He did the action, right? But you got to set your people up for success. If your people quit in 30 days, it's because you don't give good expectations, right? You're telling them, hey, you're going to make $1,000 just about trading in your first month. Not a good expectation to tell someone who's never traded before, right? And then finally, this is the duplication. I invited someone, I presented to them, I got them fully set up, gave them good expectations. Now I'm going to train them how to invite their network, how to present to their network, how to enroll and set up their network, and then train their people how to invite, present, enroll, train. You guys see where the duplication kicks in? So I learned this in my second year of the business. The start of our second year, our team fell, right? We built it to 75 people. It fell because we thought it was on autopilot. Wrong, right? So it fell back to 3 people. It was January 1st of 2020. And I think like in the first week or two, I learned this 4-step system on YouTube. And I started implementing it with Jay. And literally in 3 months, our business went from 3 people to 300 people by March of 2020. It was absolutely crazy, guys. Crazy growth because we learned how to duplicate properly. And then by the end of the year, guys, it was at 1,400 people. So I know this works. I know it works. You just got to work the plan and plan the work. Okay. So what I want to do, guys, I want to talk to you about this Minnesota event that is coming up. Okay. Does anybody know how to invite people in here? You're already good at inviting.
Yes, sir.
Right. And it's okay if you're not good at inviting. We're going to talk about it right now. Okay. When you invite people, the goal is to obviously invite the prospect. That's the goal. You want to make a 3-way group chat with your prospect and your mentor. Okay. Get them connected to someone who's having success in the business. Okay. The best thing you can do when you're brand new and you haven't made any money, or you're not at like what you think is a reasonable income where you can do it on your own, connect them to someone who is crushing it. One of your mentors. Put them in a group chat. Who's made a 3-way group chat in here before?
Yes, sir.
Right, Isaiah, how many group chats did you have yesterday?
Over 200 group chats made yesterday.
And that's from
nice.
Hey, that's a round of applause for that, right? Now that's because he's instructing his team to invite prospects and then make 3-way group chats with him. So he's getting all these connections. Want to know a cheat code for all these group chats that your team will make with you? Well, if your leader makes all these group chats and then your leader quits, you have all these group chats. You can go message all of their people. You're like, hey, listen, I don't know what's going on with Aaron. He has something going on, but I'm still trading. I'm still doing this business. I would love to get on a call with you and talk about trading this week. Would you like to do that if I set one up? Boom, 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 boom. They're all ready to get started. You go back to Aaron. You're like, hey, Aaron, I'm about to sign up all your people. If you get back started, I'll let you sign them up. Otherwise, I'm taking them. That's called tap rooting. Does anybody in here think that's genius? That's called tap rooting. And when me and Jay learned that our second year, crazy, right? You never run out of prospects. Edifying your mentor. Does anybody know what edifying means? Jamie, what is it?
Edify, to build up.
Yes, to build up, right? The easiest way I know how to edify is you talk about how successful your mentor is, how knowledgeable they are, how fun they are, and how caring they are, right? You're building them up so people respect your mentor. And then the final thing, guys, set a date and the time in the calendar to do the presentation, aka next Thursday, the event. All right. Here's how to invite people. Okay. The number one best way to invite someone to this event, you're going to have the highest amount of people show up. If you guys ever wonder how Tippa has been able to single-handedly bring 50+ people to events before, it's because he mastered this. It has an 80 to 90% success rate if you can learn how to do this, right? So the best way is by calling them. Step 1, you got to be in a hurry. Okay. People will only respect you if you're busy. If you are not a busy person, if you don't say, I'm going into a meeting, I'm about to jump on the call, I'm about to go to the gym. If you're saying, I'm chilling, I'm hanging out, I'm bored, I'm just at the crib, I'm just hanging at the house, no, I'm just sipping a beer right now. They're not going to respect you. People respect people whose time is limited and they're fast and they're executing, right? So step 1, be in a hurry. It doesn't mean you got to be mean. You can be pleasant, but be in a hurry. Step 2, clear their schedule. Make sure they're free for what you're about to invite them to. Step 3, add value. Tell them a little bit about what it is that you're inviting them to, but not too much. Step 4, they're going to ask you for more information. Like, okay, so what is it? Take it away. I don't got the time. So let me break this down to you guys. Ready? Step 1, be in a hurry. Hey, John, what's going on, man? How are you? John goes, I'm good. What's up? You're like, dude, right now I'm actually in a hurry. I'm about to head into a meeting. Step 1, be in a hurry. I'm in a hurry, John. I'm about to step into another meeting. Okay. Number 2, clear the schedule. Let me ask you, John, what do you have going on Thursday at 7 p.m. this coming week? Oh, nothing. Why? What's up? Clear their schedule. I know John's free now, right? Step 3 is add value. Okay. Perfect. You want to tell your prospect a sincere compliment. Okay, don't just, make it not, you got to tell them something sincere, right? John, listen, you are one of the hardest working people that I have ever met, man. And you know that I like to talk to people, I like to meet people, but I'm telling you, you are a hardworking person. So with that being said, a few friends of mine, we're going to be getting together and we're going to be masterminding this Thursday because we're launching something pretty big. But before we launch it, I want to introduce you to these individuals, okay? I've already mentioned to them who you are. They know exactly who you are. I'm going to text you the information right now. Sound good? I added value. We're launching something. We're masterminding this Thursday. Something big's coming. I want to introduce you to these individuals before we go huge. Okay. Step 4, John's going to be like, take value away. Step 4, John's going to, well, what is it? Right? Like I said, John, I'm actually in a hurry, my friend. This is, there's a time and a place for everything. And explaining something like this over the phone to you is not enough time and it's not the right place. But with that being said, I got you, John. I'm going to text you over the information 8 p.m. Thursday. Sound good? He's going to say, yeah, all right, let's do it. Sounds good. Bye. Boom. Hang up the phone, text him the information, ask for the screenshot confirmation when he books his reservation on Eventbrite. That's it.
Let's go.
Now, Tip is phenomenal at that, guys. I'm telling you, once he practices it, he has like a 90% success rate. You want to mention something about it?
I was just gonna say something special about this event specifically is that we have these free VIP codes, and I just spam the value that.
Yeah. So tell them they already understand, like, be in a hurry, clear the schedule, add value, take it away. Slip in real quick how you leverage that we get free coupon codes.
Well, be like, yo, I just got my ticket to this entrepreneurship and investing mastermind. There's gonna be 6-7 figure entrepreneurs, right? It's gonna be great for networking and everything. The tickets are like $20 to $40. And with my ticket, I got a free code that I can give to some people that I want to invite. So I was thinking, who do I want to invite this to? And I couldn't think of many people that would benefit from this more than you. So if I sent you the registration link with the free code, would you pull up for sure?
Nice. There you go. Yeah, guys, because we charge $20, $30 a ticket. But if you can guarantee that they'll come, if they will commit to coming, you'll give away one of your free tickets to them. It's such a cheat code, guys, okay? Now, I do want to mention this to you, okay? Be careful with that Celsius, please. Do not word vomit on people, okay? I will save you so much time and pain if you just follow this right here. Okay, me and Jay, guys, for those of you that are in Florida, you saw this, but when we got started, guys, and we started posting on Facebook and Snapchat, just pictures of charts, pictures of trading, investing. And so people were asking us about it, like our warm market. And me and Jay would get so excited when they would ask us. They'd be like, so how's that trading thing going? And I'd be like, ooh. I'd be like, let me tell you. I'm like, dude, we're in a Koshex. We have Tap to Trade. It's like a one-click system. We have tons of 6- and 7-figure traders. We have an entire academy. We have live trading sessions every day. It is $199 a month. It's a monthly fee. But if you share it with 3 people, you can actually get a free account. And if you want to become a business owner, you can keep sharing it. You can get a passive. Blah! They're just sitting there politely, like, waiting for me to shut up. So guess what? We couldn't sign up anyone. And we're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? We were word vomiting on them. So this is just stuff that we don't say until they've seen a presentation. Because the presentation explains this stuff right here. So we don't explain it ourselves. You don't explain a 7, 8, or 9-figure opportunity to them on a 30-second elevator pitch. Absolutely not. That's so unprofessional, right? I don't say the company's name. I don't say it costs money. It's an academy. You can get free accounts, residual income, network marketing, build teams. I don't say any of that. Okay. This is just me personally. The only thing I say is I trade with my friends every day and we try to make money. There's so much room to interpretation. Imagine you're just talking to someone. They're like, yo, what do you do? What do you do? Like, oh, I trade with my friends and we try to make money every day. They're gonna be like, what? Like, you trade? And you're like, yeah, don't you? Turn it around on them. Don't you? Act like everybody already trades. Give them FOMO. Yeah, you don't trade? They're like, no. And you say, why? They're like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't trade. You're like, dude, well, I mean, we have an event this Thursday. A bunch of us are getting together. It's going to be at 7 p.m. downtown at the Open Book. I actually have a couple free tickets. So if I can get you one of those tickets, do you want to come for sure? And they're like, dude, hell yeah. Give them the ticket. Book them confirmation. Get them the event. Okay. Super simple. All right. Now, what I want to talk about is this. Okay. Closing at the event. Who's going to bring guests to the event?
Me.
Yeah? Who's going to bring over 10 guests? I got $100. Anybody who can bring over 10 guests.
Stop it, Karen.
You get 10, $100. You can bring over 10 guests. Okay? He's saying something different than I'm saying. You can bring over 10 guests to this event, $100. Okay? Not hard. Our first event we did when we were 20 years old, we got 50 people to it. Right? You just got to want it. Okay? Closing the sale at the event. This is very important. Okay. The reason me and Jay were so good when we were 2021, when we were brand new, is this. After the event, do not let your prospects get up and wander out the door and leave. Okay. That's the worst thing you can do. When you have someone come to the event, and when we're done, you'll hear at the event, get up and walk directly to them and shake their hand and be like, dude, what was your favorite part about everything you just saw? You guys see right here? What was your favorite part? Okay, Carson, what was your favorite part?
You, the community, man. Love it.
The community, dude.
Absolutely.
Agree with them and keep it short. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, man. When I got started trading, all I wanted was a community because I did it by myself and I kept losing money, man. So I totally feel you on that. Then I'm going to say to Carson, well, Carson, do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started, man?
I mean, no, I'm ready to get started.
Let's do it, buddy. Come on. All right, let's pull out your phone. I'm going to get the link, my referral link, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. Done. You got to walk right up to your people. If you just let them wander out the door, you're never going to get anyone started. You got to go talk to them, shake their hand, smile, assume. This is the best one. Assume the sale. Anybody you bring, assume they're getting started. Just assume they're all getting started. Where you go wrong in the beginning is you're assuming nobody's going to get started. Switch your mindset. Everyone's getting started that comes into that door. Okay? It's the difference between having an abundance mindset and a scarcity mindset. Abundance wins. You got to assume everyone's getting started. When they get started, which you will have people get started, that's when it's game time. Getting someone started is the easy part. Think about it. You're in here. You got started. That's the easy part. The hard part is helping them win in the business, in trading after they get started. Okay? Just so I can cover it, the worst thing you can possibly say after the presentation is, what did you think? That's the worst thing. Do not say this at the event. They're going to go think negative. What did I not like? I didn't like this, right? No, we want to access the positive side of their brain, the emotional side. What was your favorite part? Agree with them, keep it short. Okay. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah,
Sir.
Yep.
What's up?
Really fast. I just wanted to say, when I first came to my event and you guys are brand new, you don't really have like a lot of credibility, right? So like going to them and asking and trying to close the sale yourself might be hard. You're at Roberts. Get yourself out of the way. Get out of the way, throw your mentor in front of them, and have your mentor close the deal for you.
Yeah.
You can't do it yourself. That's where, like Josh said, you go right up to them, you get excited, you grab their hand and bring them.
One of us. Yeah.
Literally, like if you can't close it yourself, get yourself out the way and have one of the big dogs do it. That's how I was able to bring like close 5 people my first time, not saying it's like
Hello.
Yes, 100%. That was a great point, guys. Just bring them to one of us. Put it in front of us, right? If we already have people in front of us, go to a different leader. It doesn't matter. Just go to anyone, right? We're all helping close each sales. You will get objections when people are at the event. Okay, you'll ask people, do you have any questions? You ready to get started? They're going to give you objections on why they maybe can't. Okay, you can overcome these objections with feel, felt, found. Jimmy, you heard of the feel, felt, found before? Yeah, 100%, right? So I feel what you mean about this. Agree with them. I feel what you mean about that. I felt the same way when I first got started because of, tell them why you felt the same way. I found that this though. Okay, so let me give you a couple examples, right? I don't have enough time. Okay, I don't have enough time. Anybody been told that before? Oh, dude, I'm just working a full-time job. I got kids. Like, I'm busy. Like, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I completely feel what you mean by not having enough time. I felt the exact same way when I first got started because I was a full-time student. I was working a full-time job. I was the president of a club in college. I was running a small business. What I found out, though, is this. Okay, what I found out that got me started. If you just have 30 to 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week, 30 to 60 minutes a day, anytime throughout the day, 5 days a week. In 90 days, you're not going to be a pro yet, of course, but you'll be able to trade completely on your own in 90 days, just 30 to 60 minutes a day. Does that make sense? They're going to go, yeah, that makes sense, right? Close it again. Do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started? Always go back for the close when you overcome the objection. Okay, always go back for it, right? Here's another one, okay? I don't have the money. I don't got the money, right? Anybody gotten this one before?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't got the dinero, okay? There are instances where people literally do not have the money, but guess what? I've seen people sell TVs to get started. I've seen people dig through their closet and find a $200 pair of shoes. They sell those to get started. People go DoorDash to get started. I mean, whatever, right? But I don't have the money. I completely feel what you mean by not having enough money. I felt the same way when I was getting started because I was a full-time student. I was only 20 years old, so I didn't have anything saved up at all. I was in college. What I found out that got me started, if you really break it down, $200 a month, let's just say 200 bucks, is $6 to $7 a day. That's basically the cost of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Okay. So what I realized is I was already spending that every day at Berry Hall in college. I would go and buy a sandwich every day. Every day, $6 to $7. I was already buying a sandwich every day. And what I had to do is I had to realize that this is an investment to make more money. And if I just keep spending my money on random stuff, I'll never make money. So I learned that if you could also make 1 to 2 profitable trades, in the month, it can cover your membership too. You can also get a free account by our scholarship. Share it with 3 people. Does that make sense? And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. Do you have any questions? You're ready to get started. Okay. Last one I'm going to share here, guys, then we're going to be switching gears. Okay. I have to think about it. Okay. Anybody ever been told I got to do research? I got to think about it, right? I got to go talk to my wife or my husband or my boyfriend or girlfriend or friend, whatever, right? I have to think about it. I totally get what you mean. Listen, I changed this one up a little bit. Hey, I totally get what you mean. Okay. I just have a quick question. This is a powerful one, right? Is that just your polite way of saying no? Because if it is, that's completely fine. I just say that because I would love to work with you in this business. But at the same time, I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste mine. And they're either going to say, no, I do want to do this. I just actually have to do more research, right? I'll say, awesome. How long do you need to think about it? 24 or 48 hours. Give them a deadline. If they actually got to do research, 24 to 48 hours, right? Sometimes they'll say, yeah, I'm really not interested. That was my polite way of saying no. Hey, that's completely fine. I appreciate the honesty. Is it okay if I keep you up to date with my journey from time to time, sending screenshots of good trades, wins, profits? Most times they're gonna be like, yeah, that's cool. Every time you win a trade, send them a screenshot of it. Oh yeah, it works. Trust me. Okay. So guys, really powerful stuff here. This is going to be in the back office, right? Going to be really, really important. Now, what I want to do is we are going to switch gears here in a second. I'm just going to pull back open this comp plan quick. Do you guys know what you want to be by the end of the year?
Yes, sir.
You got it in your head? Right? Who wants to be diamond by the end of the year? Is that anybody in here?
Let's go.
Okay, what about blue diamond? Okay, I got a couple blue diamonds, right? Black diamond? I know we got some big dogs here. Elite ambassador. Okay. Who wants to be royal ambassador? Crown ambassador? Okay, crown ambassador. 100,000 a month. Obviously, guys, legend. 33,000 people in your business. Okay, that's $1 million a month. That's super awesome. Now, I just want to talk about this. Okay. One thing I always was told by my mentor is you do not get lucky in this business. You create your own luck. Okay. You're not just going to get an all-star leader like Jay Patnode. You're not going to get an all-star leader like Tippa or Kate or Carson or Isaiah, or whoever, Melody. You're not just going to get them. That was the craziest sneeze I've ever heard. Even it's like a guy in the gym. But I'm telling you, you don't get lucky. You know how me and Jay got Tippa? Okay, guys, Tippa's one of the best leaders in this entire organization and the industry, right? Well, I added him on Snapchat and I kept posting on my story for 9 months. He watched me. And all of a sudden, one day he just swiped up and goes, hey, bro, I want to learn how to trade. I video call him on Snapchat right away. Strike while the iron's hot. Take advantage of it, right? And I was just getting out grocery shopping. I'm in my car and he's like, I'm 18. I want to learn how to trade. He got started. Boom, put in thousands and thousands of people over the last 5 years. Okay, but it took me those 9 months. I didn't get lucky. I created my own luck by staying consistent. Okay, so I wanted to mention that to you guys. And then the last thing I want to talk about is I want you to write this down. It's called the law of compensation. Okay, the law of compensation. All right, I want you to write this down. You are compensated in money, goods, or experiences. You are compensated in money, goods, or experiences, comma, in direct proportion to the service you render. Okay, in direct proportion to the service you render, comma, the need for that service, comma, and your ability to perform it. Okay, so in direct proportion to the service you render, the need for that service, and your ability to perform that service. Okay, so what this means, guys, is when you're looking at the compensation plan, and you're looking at the different level of leaders that are in this business, the law of compensation does not favor luck. The law of compensation is literally a universal law that whoever is, like I said, for example, guys, whoever is, delivering the service in the best way possible, whoever is, having the best performance possible, whoever is the most consistent, whoever's actually putting in the most work, the law of compensation is a universal law that will literally balance out who is going to be compensated the most. That's how it works, guys. Okay. When you look at people in this company that are making 10, 20, 50, 100 plus $1,000 a month, when I was brand new, I was like, oh, they're just lucky. I was like, look at those guys. They just got all of us on their team. Wow, that's awesome. No, they aligned with the law of compensation and they grinded and they hustled for years. And then all of a sudden, 5 years in, 3 years in, 6, 7, 10 years in, it looks like an overnight success to people. But the law of compensation never lies. So what I'm trying to tell you here is this, okay? At the end of this year, whatever rank you are in this business, if you're still in the business, right? At whatever rank you're at, level of income you're at, it's following the law of compensation. Okay, so what I want and hope for you this year is to be as involved as you possibly can. Be as involved as you possibly can. Set up events for your organization. Take the action. Look at what the top earners are doing and copy exactly what they're doing. You can do it on a micro scale when you're starting, right? You guys see these Super Saturdays. Hold a wacky Wednesday for your team. I don't care. Do action. Take massive action, guys. Be consistent. The law of compensation will benefit in your direction. Okay, so what I want to do is Matt on the Zoom right now, Jay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to be passing it over to a 6-figure-a-month earner.
Come on.
Let me go ahead and stop sharing my. Yep, 1 second. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen before I edify him. All right. I see him. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I have him come up real quick, all right? I appreciate you guys for letting me share some information. I always say it's not a right to be up here, it's a privilege, okay? So I'm excited to hear more of you start speaking up here on Saturdays, Tuesdays, whenever we're doing calls. But the individual is coming up right here, guys, is literally, in my opinion, he is the absolute pioneer of Akashics. Okay, he came here when there was like, I think a couple hundred customers.
No,
50 customers, he came to Akashics. And Josh Swagel, the CEO, he just broke down the blueprint. He broke down the vision he had for Akashics. And Matthew Thayer, ladies and gentlemen, in our first company, he created a wave where over 2 million people every single week were following him with trading. They were watching his live sessions, 2 million people a week. So Matthew Thayer came here with Josh Swagel. He sat down, only 50 people in the company, and they pioneered Tap to Trade. They pioneered the entire app, all the different stuff that we all now take for granted every single day sometimes, right? And so this individual, he's a super humble leader. Obviously, he's one of the #1 earners in the entire world in this industry, guys. But more than that, he's a great father, he's a great husband, and he's a great mentor to me and Jay and every single person in this company, okay? So with that being said, guys, I want you in the room to give him a round of applause. Drop some ones in the chat for Matthew Thayer, baby. Come on! Let's go.
Let's
baby.
go,
All right,
Josh, man. I was listening to your whole training and things that you were pointing out, like, writing down those goals and just putting it over your entire house. Like, I remember when I was 22 years old, that is actually one of the first things that I did. And you talking about it really just kind of re-sparked that mindset, man. So guys, what he's talking about is true, right? Like, if you really want, what you want out of this business, you got to write it down, and you have to have it all over your house. You have to be looking at it every single day because you're going to attract what you think about. You're going to attract what you want. So Josh, man, incredible job, just breaking that down and just kind of going through the process. I love working with your guys' organization because like I've told everybody that, you guys really teach this in a very old school way that is not really taught anymore, right? Everybody just wants to build everything on social media. They want to try to figure out, how to reinvent the wheel. But at the end of the day, it comes down to really simplistic things. And you guys really break those things down. So you guys have a rock solid organization. And I'm incredibly proud of every single one of you guys. But man, I'm excited to be here. Welcome to everybody here that's on the Zoom. And for everybody that decided to come out to the room, let's go. Super excited to be here with you guys today. What I'm going to talk about is just something that I think everybody needs to hear. Sometimes, even myself, I have to hear some of these things. So what I'm going to talk about today is not just for you, it's also for me, right? And I want to just kick it off with, motivation is a lot like lotion. You're probably thinking to yourself, what do you mean lotion? But when you put lotion on, that lotion eventually dries up and it goes away. Well, that's exactly what motivation is. You guys sit on these calls, you sit on these Zooms, you get in a room and you get motivated and you leave the house and you're so excited. And you look back a week later and that motivation kind of goes away because you've went away from a fire and you go back to your day-to-day life and that motivation faded and you look at your business and you're like, well, I didn't really move it all. I didn't really move the needle. And it's not because you have a motivation problem, guys. It's you have a momentum problem. And I want to talk about how you can create momentum. Can I see some momentums in the chat, guys? For everybody that's on the Zoom, I want to see who's paying attention still on the Zoom, a couple hours later. Let's see
Momentum.
who's actually still on the Zoom listening right now. So we got Landon. He's locked in. He types momentum. We got Kyle. We got Zoom user. We got Norton. We got Riley. All right, let's go. So there's actually a lot of people still locked in on the Zoom. But yeah, here's the deal. Motivation is going to come and go, right? But momentum is what's going to change your life. Josh talked about it, and I'm sure Jay talked about it as well. These guys, they went from $1,000 a month earners to $10,000 a month earners. It's because they created momentum in their life. Now, for you guys right now, some of you might be stuck, but you're stuck because you're overthinking. You're overthinking everything. You think you have to know everything. A lot of you might be waiting. You're waiting for that perfect moment. You're waiting for that confidence to show up. And you're just watching. You're watching everybody. You're watching and you're not building. And there's a problem, right? There's really three key problems that prevent you from getting into momentum. And I just talked about it, right? It's that overthinking. Problem number one is overthinking. You're trying to understand everything before you actually will move. But understand something, guys. Clarity is going to come after you actually do it. See, you might not have the confidence to present right now, and you might be overthinking yourself on how you present. I used to overthink my trainings. Like I used to think, oh my gosh, I have to know exactly what I'm going to talk about. I have to know exactly the all the details, and I'd be so scared to do these types of things. But man, once you just do it, that's when the clarity comes. So I challenge you guys to just do things that make you feel uncomfortable, right? That inviting, the presenting, asking someone to buy, all of those things are uncomfortable. But what you make what you do that's uncomfortable eventually will become comfortable. Now presenting and speaking and closing and presenting for me guys has completely became comfortable, right? And now I have all the clarity in the world, but it wasn't based on anything that I listened to, anything that I read. It came from action. It came from action, guys. So that number one problem of overthinking is going to get cleared up by action. I want you guys to write down action in your notes if you're taking notes. And in the chat, guys, can I see some actions in the chat? Because that's what's going to give you the most clarity. And you're going to take care of that first problem. Problem number two is your inconsistent action. Most of you guys are going to leave this room today and you're going to be fired up. You guys are going to be so fired up. You guys are going to go hard for like 2, maybe 3 days. But after 5, guys, you're going to disappear. And that's what motivation is, right? You get motivation, you put the lotion on, you get super excited. You do every single thing that Josh, Jay, Tippa, everybody tells you to do from this Super Saturday, but you only do it for a couple days. And I want you guys to realize something that is you don't have a business. You have mood swings. You guys have no business. You just have mood swings. You get super excited, you build your business for a couple days, and then you're right back in your emotions and you've decided to stop. And you decided to stop working. See, guys, consistency is what's going to breed success. And it's not about going hard every single day. It's about being consistent to what you can be consistent to. Some of you guys, work jobs. Some of you guys have kids. Some of you guys have other obligations, right? What I tell every single person is the power of compounding. Pick out a time that works for you, whether it's an hour a day, a couple hours a day. Maybe it's 5 days a week that you can give this all you got. Maybe you're able to give whatever you're able to give, right? Be consistent to that, but you have to figure out what that is. If it's 1 hour a day, well, give it 1 hour a day. And don't just do it for a couple days, because that's the second problem, guys, is the inconsistent action. So for me, when I first got started in this business, guys, I was working a full job. I was working a full-time job. I was also going to school. I was playing sports. And I had to think to myself, you know what? I'm going to have to sacrifice. I'm going to have to sacrifice the weekends, right? I'm going to have to sacrifice going out, drinking. I'm going to have to sacrifice, actually playing football. I used to play football, same exact football that I play now. But back then, guys, I was playing football, and I thought to myself, I'm going to sacrifice that. I'm going to walk away from the team, and I'm going to take that time that I spent in the gym, the time that I spent in practice, and the time that I spent, playing in the games. I'm going to put that towards my business. And instead of going out on the weekends, I'm going to put that towards this business. Instead of playing video games, I'm going to put that towards my business. Instead of going to movies, instead of, going out to eat and hanging out with friends every single day, I'm going to put that towards my business. So what I did, guys, is I understood the price that I was willing to pay, and I carved out that time, and then I stayed consistent to that. And that was the time that I created. And eventually, guys, because I did that, I was able to quit my job. And then I was able to put more time into my business. And what you put in is what you're going to get out. If you treat this like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, guys, it's going to, cost you money. Hobbies cost money. So for a lot of you guys right now, this costs you money, right? You pay the $200 a month to stay active and cautious because you're still trying to learn the skill set. You're still paying to go to the events, right? That costs money. You're paying to get to the Super Saturday at Josh or Carson's house, right? That costs money. Right now, this costs you money. But that's because right now you just treat this like a hobby, right? You're inconsistent with your action. You start treating this like a business. Watch how much it pays you. Watch what flips for you. And that's the number two problem, guys. It's just that inconsistent action. So again, let's see action in the chat. Let's talk about that consistent action, right? Now, number three, guys, and this is probably the hardest for a lot of people, but it's the third problem that I see in a lot of people, is it's the fear of judgment, right? You care too much about what other people think. You care too much about what people perceive you as. But here's the reality, guys. Those opinions and the perception that people think of you are never going to pay your bills. You can't go to the bank and deposit opinions. What you can deposit into the bank, guys, is when someone joins your business. When the check comes in from Akashics, that's what's going to pay your bills. So you have to have the type of mentality from now on that you don't give a F. You have to have the mentality of, I don't care anymore. I want something more for my life. And the same people that you're scared to post in front of right now are the same people that are broke, distracted, and not building anything. Those same people that you're scared of have $50 in their bank account. They don't have anything in life that you want, and you're afraid of what their opinions are. So have the mentality that you're going places, guys, and watch what happens. If you take out those three problems, watch what happens to your business, watch what happens to your life, and watch what happens to your confidence. But now here, guys, is the truth, right? There's really also three truths of momentum. Momentum is something that's built, it's not found. Man, I struggled with momentum, guys, for years in my business, right? I used to think to myself, how do I create momentum? How do I get momentum going? And you're never personally ever going to feel like you're ready. Like there's never going to be a moment where you're like, yep, I feel ready. That everything's going to align perfectly. It goes back to, guys, that the action is what's going to create clarity, but also energy is what's going to create momentum. And you're going to create the energy by action. See, by going out there and showing somebody, guys, that's energy. By sitting down with somebody for coffee, guys, that's energy. By getting on a Zoom with somebody, guys, that's energy. And that's what starts to build the momentum. You might not see the result in 24 hours. You might not see the result in 7 days, but watch what happens if you consistently do it. And the action, guys, will compound and it's going to start to create that momentum. Now, here's the reality. Momentum, it compounds. The first couple days is going to feel really slow, but 10 plus days after, that's when everything starts to shift. And I talk about one of the qualities of people, which is credibility with their contacts. Now, credibility is not something that everybody has when they first join the business. See, again, I was a college student. I drank every single weekend. I played sports. I never showed up to class. I was a D student, guys. Like I couldn't even maintain a 2.0 GPA to stay active and eligible to play sports. So when I started this business, guys, I had zero credibility. And what I realized was I built my credibility by being consistent, right? So the first couple days, terrible, right? Everybody that I showed, they were like, "No, why would I trust you in business?" But after 10 plus days of being consistent, after going to events, after being consistent, people started to look at what I was doing and saying, "You know what? He's actually serious about this." So being consistent, guys, for 10 plus days and having the mentality that you're going to do this every single day, you're going to post, you're going to create, you're going to show people that you're doing this, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. Just put do not disturb on real quick. 1 second, guys. Let's go person. 1 second. Dang camera. All right. We are back. All right, so yeah, have the idea, guys, that after 10 days, what happens is, oh gosh, I just turned on Do Not Disturb. I have this connected to my my phone, guys. There we go. What happens after 10 days is your belief shifts, your responses to people shift, the results begin to shift, guys. So that's number two. Momentum will start to compound faster and faster the longer that you stay consistent. Now, momentum is also going to create the belief that a lot of you guys need. And I like to kind of relate this to like pushing a car. I don't know if you guys have ever had a stalled out car, ran out of gas, and you had to push a car. Man, initially, the car is so hard to push, right? You get behind there and you're pushing with all your energy, and it might even take multiple people to push that car. But what happens is once the car is actually rolling, it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier. But that's exactly how momentum works. Like momentum is so hard to build in your business. Again, there's so many times in my career, guys, where I just would think to myself, how do we get into momentum? How do we get momentum going? And again, it just starts with that consistency. It starts with the action every single day because it starts to compound. And man, once you get it going, it is so easy. It is so easy to push the car. Now, I'm going to give you guys basically a 4-step momentum formula on what to do, right? On how to create the momentum. And if you want to do this, right, for the 10 plus days, this is something that you guys can stay consistent to. Step one is you have to simplify your focus. I'm sure you know Josh did an incredible job talking about the iPad system, right? Simplify that, right? Simplify what you do, and you have to pick the lane, and you have to stop trying to do everything. So what I would do is I would focus in on inviting, following up, and plugging people into the system. Like if you just got started, if you've been in for 30 days, guys, and you haven't built an organization yet, if you have no founders in your team, no platinums in your team, no diamonds in your team, you have to simplify what you focus on. Right now, the only thing that you should think about every single day is inviting, following up, and plugging people into the system. If you want to create momentum in your life, if you want to create momentum in your business, that is the only thing that you guys should focus on right now. Because when you invite somebody, They might not join that day. They might not get on a Zoom with you that day. But if you continue to keep inviting, you're stacking your calendar, you're stacking your book, you're stacking the future. Understanding that when someone says no to you, it's not a no forever. It's just a no, not right now, because everybody in life goes through hills and valleys. Sometimes when you invite somebody to see this information, they could be at their peak of their life. They might have just got a new promotion. They might have just got a new job. But what happens to those people is when they get that promotion, they get that new job, they find out 6 months later that they don't feel any different. They still hate being there. They still hate being in their cubicle 8, 9 hours a day. They hate listening to their boss. They hate missing their sporting events for their kids. They hate the check that shows up every single 2 weeks. So eventually they're going to end up down here. And that's where follow-up comes into play. So every person that you invite, all it does is it just gives you a follow-up list. When you invite guys and when you show the people this information, it's not a failure ever. You're never failing. What you're doing is you're just stacking the book. And when you stack the book, you have a book to follow up with. And when you follow up with people, you're going to end up plugging people into the system. So if you're getting started in this business, that's step one. Right now, that should be your only focus. Step two is you got to have daily non-negotiables. You have to have non-negotiables. My non-negotiables every single day has always been 10 to 20 invites every single day. I'm inviting people to see this information, 10 to 20 different people every single day. Social media, Facebook, Instagram. I'm putting out YouTube content. I'm putting out TikTok content. I'm putting out, feelers in my contact list, right? I'm pushing to go show people every single day. When I go to the gym, I'm getting everybody on social media. I'm getting everybody that I play basketball with on Instagram. I'm putting them, in my funnel because I need to show 10 to 20 people a day. Now, on top of that, I'm doing 5 to 10 follow-ups. You might invite somebody to see the information. They might not be able to see it that day. Well, they go into the follow-up list. And when they go into the follow-up list, I follow up with them 72 hours later. And I'm saying, hey, is there a good time today that you're going to be able to see the information, right? So that's one of the non-negotiables, 5 to 10 follow-ups. Another one, guys, is one piece of content. There's got to be one piece of content that you put up every single day. The most powerful content, guys, is your face. It's your voice. That's the most powerful piece of content that you can put out there. Like right now, if you're in the room watching this right now, you could take out your phone. You could take out your phone. They could see your face, and you could pan the room. And you could show us on the TV. You could show everybody around you. And you don't have to say a word. You don't even have to say anything, right? You verbally don't have to say anything if you don't have the confidence right now. But they can see your face. They can see you in the room. They can see you watching someone on the TV. And then you can write over the top of it, I'm so glad that I showed up here. I'm so glad that I showed up for Super Saturday. I'm working on myself every single day to become a better person. I have huge goals, aspirations, and dreams. And the only way to get to them is doing something different that nobody else does. Putting something in words on your story, because then someone will read it. You don't have to say it. You might not have the confidence to say that on camera yet. But putting out something, guys, that has your face and with you is so much more powerful for people to see, especially if you don't do that. Putting a screenshot of your trade, just taking a picture of the screen, it's not the same, right? Because here's the deal with social media, guys, there's so much fake stuff out there now where people don't even know what they're looking at anymore. They don't know what's real. They don't know what's fake. So you have to be a more real person. People got to see the emotion of yourself. So 10 to 20 invites a day, 5 to 10 follow-ups, and one piece of content. That has to be your daily non-negotiables if you're wanting to create momentum. We're not talking about building a business. We're not talking about, being a network marketing professional. We're talking about building momentum. So I'm telling you stuff that's going to create the momentum. Now, again, if you're not doing those daily, you're not building. You're just wishing that it happens. You're just wishing that momentum would come. Now, number three, every single person that's on this call right now, everybody that's in this room, you're doing it right now. It's proximity to the fire. Staying close, right? Staying close to the call, staying close to the leadership, staying close to the energy. Never isolate yourself. Never, right? When you leave this call, when you go home, you get surrounded around ice cubes. You get surrounded around water. You leave the room, you leave the call, guys, on fire. But every person that's not in the business is dropping some water on you every single hour, every single day. And eventually that fire, guys, your fire burns out. And the only way to re-burn and relight that fire is getting back on a Zoom, getting back in the room, getting back around leadership. There's another analogy that people say, right? It's the cell phone analogy. Our cell phone, guys, is only good when it's charged. Well, our bodies, our business, us as humans, we're like a cell phone, right? We start at 100%. We wake up in the morning, we listen to a good audio, we get on a call like this, we recharge ourselves to 100%. But every single hour that goes by, every single day that goes by, those battery percentages go down until it hits zero. And this thing right here, when it's at zero, this is as good as a paperweight. You know, it is useless. But when it has power, you got internet, you got the ability to communicate. I mean, it's a calculator, it's a calendar, it's got every single thing you could ever ask for, right? It's a great tool. Well, that's the same thing with us. With no battery, we are no good. I need it, guys. I need to listen to a good audio. I need to still read books. I need to go to church and listen to a sermon and think of different ways to bring impact to the world, right? I have to put myself still into the fire. And I'm 14 years into this business. You know, every single month, you know, I have six-figure reasons every single month to continue going, but I still need the fire. You know, I should have six-figure reasons every single month to do this business. But at the end of the day, I still need to be close to the fire. I still need to be around the leadership. I still need to be around the people. So that's why step three, guys, is so important. Number four is you got to stack the small wins, right? Got to stack the small wins. Don't ever overlook getting one new customer. Don't ever overlook showing up to a coffee appointment, even if the person says no. You want to stack those wins. The first customer, right? The first rank that you pop, the first leader that you get, right? Because momentum, guys, it doesn't happen in the big moments. It happens, guys, just stacking those small wins daily. Everything that you do, if you listen to a 15-minute audio, that's stacking a small win. If you invite 10 to 15 people today, that's a small win. If you follow up with 5 to 10 people, guys, that is a small win. Stack those small wins. That's what's going to create, guys, the momentum. Now, here's the deal. This is where you're going to separate yourself. And some of you guys, you say you want this, but your actions aren't matching your own vision. You don't need any more training. A lot of you guys need to decide today. Because here's the truth. If you guys were serious right now, your life would already look different. Most of you still don't understand why you're doing this business. You guys showed up today because you were told to show up. You're there because you felt guilty. I want you guys to leave today, this Zoom, I want you guys to leave that room today with something way more powerful. Because if you want to create momentum, everything that I just told you, yes, that's going to create momentum, but you're never going to stay consistent unless you understand truly why you're doing this business. Some of you might want the freedom, right? Maybe you don't like working your job. Maybe right now you want your time back. Maybe, you want to be closer to your family, right? Maybe you haven't been able to have the relationship with your mom and your dad and your significant other, your kids, because time has been taken away. Maybe you want to upgrade your lifestyle. Maybe you struggle check to check. Maybe right now, every single day when you wake up, you check your bank account because you need to know if you can even eat. That's a great why. Maybe you guys have some freedom. Maybe you guys are close to your family. Maybe you guys have the lifestyle. but you're not making the impact that you want to make on this world. Your why doesn't have to just be about money, guys. It can also be about the person that's capable of creating impact. But you have to figure out why you're doing this business. You got to sit down today and you got to inner look at yourself and say, you know what? Okay, why did I join Akashics? Well, initially I joined Akashics because I wanted to learn the skill set of trading. I wanted to build an online business. I wanted to make passive residual income. Whatever those reasons are, I want you to write them down. And then I want you to write an arrow that goes below that. And I want you to write down why you want that. Like if it's, oh, I want to learn the skill set of trading. Okay, why do you want to learn the skill set of trading? Oh, because I want to make my money work for me so I can have more money. Why do you want to have more money? I want you to write another line. And I want you to explain why you want more money. Well, I want more money so I can get out of debt. I want more money so I can do fun things. Okay, well, why do you want to get out of debt? Why do you want to do more fun things? Because I don't want to live a life of regret. Because I don't want to go through life not having memories. I don't want my whole life to be remembered as going to work every single day. I want to be able to live and see things. Now we're getting to the real why. Now we're getting to that deeper why. Okay, well, why do you want that? You got to dig deep. You got to get to the very core reason of why, guys. Because it's true, this business can give you everything you've ever dreamed of. I am a spitting image of that. Everything that I've ever wanted when I joined network marketing, guys, has came true in this business. It didn't happen overnight. I joined 14 years ago. It took me 7 years to crack $100,000 in 1 year. 7 years. It took 7 to hit 100,000, right? But it only took 2 after that to hit 100,000 a month. Because here's the reality. Once you understand how to do it, you can teach others to do it. Right now, none of you know how to go make $100,000 in a year yet. So you have to first go figure out how to do that. Once you understand how to do that, you can go help others do that. So what took me 7 years, I was able to compound and do it in 2. And now for the last, five-ish years, I've been able to make either 100,000 plus or close to $100,000 a month. That income, guys, has allowed me to spend an entire week with my dad when he had triple heart bypass surgery. He was on his deathbed. If I was working a job, if I was living paycheck to paycheck, I would have only been able to talk to him on the phone. Maybe. Right? But I was able to stay at the edge of his bed the entire time if I wanted to. When my daughter has basketball games, when she wants a coach, when she wants me to come to her dance recitals, I don't have to think about it. I'm able to be there because I want to be there. I was able to fly my dad private to Miami and bring him on stage in front of 20,000 people while I spoke. I was able to make him feel like he was a rock star. He's been in a band for 40 years. He's never, been in front of a crowd larger than 500 people because he's just a local band, but he's had a dream of being a rock star his whole life. So after he had his surgery, being able to not only have him play at my wedding, but then the very next day put him on a private jet, take him to Miami and have him speak in front of, or have him there while I speak in front of 20,000 people, and have him walk across the whole entire arena where thousands of people are chasing us, trying to take pictures with us. To be able to show him that, guys, is what this industry has allowed me to do. It's allowed me to live life every single day exactly how I want to live my life. I told you that I gave up football, right? Back when I was 23, 24 years old, I made that price. I paid that price. I said, you know what? I want to make this business work. So I gave up football. I gave up going out on the weekend. I gave up a lot of things. Well, a couple years ago, I went back to play football. Now I'm a quarterback for not only a professional arena team where I get paid to play, but I'm also a quarterback for the semi-pro team here in Minnesota. So I still get to play 12 years later. but it's because I just went and figured out the money aspect. I went and figured out network marketing. You guys have to figure out why you're doing this business. Because once you figure out why, a lot of this stuff that we talked about today becomes so easy. Showing 10 to 15 people a day, right? Inviting 10 to 15 people a day becomes easy because you know why you're doing it. To follow up with 5 to 10 people, guys, a day, it becomes easy because you know why you're doing it. Being consistent every single day becomes like clockwork because you know exactly why you're doing it. So I don't want you to leave today without knowing those things. So let's make a pact today that now that you know why you're doing this business, for the next 7 days, no excuses. I want you to do daily invites. I want you to do daily follow-ups. I want you to do daily content. And I want you to plug into everything. You don't need more time. You need to go all in with the time that you already have. Whatever that time is. That's what's going to create momentum. That's what's going to change your life, guys. And that's what's helped me create my business the way it is now today. I'm extremely proud of every single one of you guys in that room today. You made a sacrifice. You made and you paid the price. Now you just have to follow through. Now you just have to leave here, guys, and go all in. So, thank you so much for being there. I don't want to take up too much more of you guys' time. I appreciate every single one of you. I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. For those of you that are going to come to the event, like Josh said, you bring 10 people or whatever, or whoever brings 10 people is getting that $100. So I'm excited to see who that is. If you do bring 10 people, please come up to me, introduce yourself. I'd love to know who you are, and I'd love to get in contact and connected with you guys. So I'll one up it. You know, he'll give you $100, but I'll give you my personal phone number if you bring 10 people to the event on Thursday, and I will personally talk to you. I'll personally, give you my time, because if you show me that you're serious, if you show me that you're willing to bring 10 people to an event, that just shows me that you're the right person that I want to work with. So Josh, Jay, everybody that's there, Carson, Cade, Tippa, I appreciate you guys. I'll pass this back to you. Let's go. Have a great day. Peace out.
Hey, everybody give it up for Matt Thayer, baby! Come on! Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and remove that spotlight quick. Okay. We just have a couple things we want to mention real quick. Jay, if you want to go first real quick, and I'm going to say some things.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna end it here like in like the next few minutes, but I mean, everything that he said was absolutely true. I'm very grateful for you. And the thing is, you guys have to understand has 14 years of experience. Josh and I have 7 years of experience each. You're gonna hear from people that have been doing this for a long time, that have had, different amounts of success, but it's up to you to decide what your success level is gonna be. So like I was talking about when I was speaking, was you have Q1, right? It's already over. Now we have 3 more quarters of the year. Make the most of it, and your starting point is this Thursday. If you want to take your business to the next level, make today day 1 and Thursday your launch. How you're going to come out. Think of it that this means everything to you. This is going to determine how much success you have the rest of the year. Come with that energy, come prepared, get dressed, look nice, shower clean, do whatever you got to do, but let's make it happen. I'm excited, and I'm excited to see you. Matt said he'll give you his personal phone number. I want to sit down. Anybody that can bring 10 guests, I want to sit down and do a personal call with you and launch your business after the fact of that to help you capitalize on that momentum. But go ahead.
Okay, cool. I saw you text me a couple things. Do you want to?
No, we'll talk about that.
All right. Well, one of the things he did say, guys, on April 15th, we are launching an insane 90-day campaign. And this is all of the leaders, doesn't matter what team they're on. We're all the Black Diamonds and above. We've all been on a call. We've all been masterminding this. On April 15th, we're launching a 90-day campaign. So on, I believe, April 11th on Saturday, it's probably going to be
Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday. It's probably going to be 11 a.m. like this time right now. All of the leaders in the entire company, I believe, are all going to be getting on a call, and we're going to lay out what this 90-day campaign is going to look like. All of us are going to go on a 90-day campaign run. So for those of you that have never done it before, it is life-changing. You've been on 90-day runs, right? Oh, man. First time I ever heard John Haremza. He's made $30 million in career earnings. He's in this company. We're all in his organization, right? First time I ever heard him speak, he said it was one 90-day run that allowed me over the 20, 30 years he's been in the business to earn $30 million. It was one 90-day run that changed everything. Right. So these are super serious, not something to take lightly. What I want everyone to do though, real quick. I believe you guys have the link, but the link for the Thursday event is tap2trade.biz. Everyone pull open their phone right now. I posted it in, if you're in the Wi-Fi Money Telegram, but otherwise it's just tap2trade.biz. So pull open the Eventbrite link. I want you to register for the event, and I want you to take a screenshot of your registration, and I want you to post it in your Telegram. Okay. I want you to take a screenshot of your registration, and I want you to post it in the Telegram. I'll make sure to get you in the Telegrams, okay? So everyone register right now. Click it, tap2trade.biz. Get tickets. The free coupon code is all capitals VIP100. So get registered for it.
Whoa.
Yep, get registered for it. Take a screenshot and post it in. And if you're in the Wi-Fi Money Builders Telegram, post it in that. Okay. I can get registered for it. I don't know if it'll let me actually.
I'm gonna do it right now.
And we'll show you guys how to do it. So apply, grab it, cup, and just go post that screenshot in there right when you got it. All right. All right. About to get mine. Anybody got theirs?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll send it in the chat.
Register.
Anybody need help? Pretty self-explanatory. I need help. Nobody paid for the ticket.
I just thought registration's coming in. Okay, there's my screenshot. Okay, I see it in there. All right, I got mine in there. Who else posted theirs in there? I see about 5 in there.
Yes, sir.
Post them in your own Telegram if you're in a different one, guys. You can say register for the Minnesota event, guys. Post it in there, okay? Do you guys want to know why I'm having all of you do this right now? It's well, yeah, that leading from the front, right? But it's about your promotion of the event. It's about how you're promoting of the promoting. I'm getting everyone in unison right now to register for this event at the same exact time, right? So just keep that in your pocket. Know that that's what you should do for your organization to get everyone to move in the same direction, okay? So make sure to post that in there. And then the last things I want to cover is this, okay? I just want to say this real quick. First of all, I want to get a quick picture of everyone in here, okay? So I think I can fit everyone in here. We'll find out. Yeah, right on there. Yeah. There we go. All right, ready? Camera's on the right side. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So we got that in there. Just had to snag that quick. I do want to say this though. You guys see what I did on the whiteboard right there? Okay, I wrote down 10 spots where you can put names. Okay, so your goal this week, guys, you could literally knock it out today. Is you want to make a list of 10 names, right? They're empty spots, and you want to search, seek, and destroy to get 10 people registered, right? You want to get their registration screenshot, and then you want to post it in the Telegram chat when you get someone registered. Okay, so every time you get someone registered, get a screenshot, post it in the Telegram, and then write their name down. And your goal is to get 10 people to this event, okay? Now I'm gonna put one stipulation on that 10 people thing, okay, for the $100, right? If you can bring 10 people and at least one of them gets started, that's $100.
I'll say 2.
No, one person, okay? One person, okay? And then also, too, you get Matthew Thayer's phone number, which is insane. Guys, we literally had to go build a team of 75 people without them ever talking to us in our first company. And then one day we got a FaceTime from them. They're like, "Oh, you're making some noise." I'm like, "Really? Are we?" Like, I've been busting my ass, but I got their attention, and that we've always had their attention since. So you get his personal phone number, which is absolutely crazy, guys. So build a list this Thursday, April 9th, 7 to 9 p.m. But here's my last tip of advice. When you're calling and inviting people, remember, clear their schedule. If they're busy for this event and they're in Minnesota, what should you do? If they're busy for this event, one word, pivot, right? Okay, pivot them to a Zoom presentation call, pivot to a coffee meetup, pivot them to something else where you can still share the information to them. If they're not in Minnesota, you should still be doing the presentation with them, with your mentor, whoever, get them on a Zoom call that same day, the next day, right? This is for people obviously in Minnesota, right? So with that being said, guys, real quick, I want everyone to get huddled in the middle. We're gonna do a diamond chant real quick. Come on, everyone get in here, all right? You guys are already pretty much in the circle. I'm gonna turn this so you guys can see this real quick. Everyone huddle over, huddle over. We're gonna fill in this area, right? Come on, come on. We got room, we got room.
Come on, baby.
Huddle in here, huddle in here. Come on, keep coming back, keep coming back. Crease the shoes, crease the shoes. Jacob, that's me. I say Jay start freaking out. Like, wait. All right, in here, guys. All right. Come on, come on. Let everyone in, okay?
Let's go.
All right, hands in the middle, guys. Hands in the middle, okay? Put this in 0.5, right?
0.5.
All right, listen, guys. We heard it here today. We heard from Matthew Thayer, man. You just got to go all in. You got to take massive action, okay? We're here doing this together as a team, right? Team is together. Everyone achieves more, okay? So you're not in this alone, but I'm telling you, if you don't show up, you're not going to see what you want to see. So I want you guys to start quiet, okay? I want you to start quiet and say, diamond. We're going to work it up. Diamond. Let's go, baby! Oh! All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you coming. Let's practice event out. Let me know if you need anything.
Go with legend.
All right, everyone on Zoom, take it easy. Peace out. Thank you for showing up. Peace.